It's a cold one on the Williams farm. I was hoping to get some work done today, but if this snow sticks for the rest of the day, we're gonna have to wait. We're gonna have to wait. I was hoping possibly to get more of this grass over here cut. It's a little bit more money. Oh man, it's gonna be a rough one. So just taking a look at the financial statement of the Williams family here, you can see they have 98,000 left on the $100,000 loan. That's 1,845 a month, and then the mortgage. We're not totally going to pay attention to that, but we do have to pay attention to this total, and that's 4483 is their bills. So we do have the silage all prepped and ready. See, that's owned by the Williams there. Yep, looking good. So now we did a little bit of research around town, and let's take a look at our stock sheet. Stock sheet's showing it's not the best time to sell. It's actually it is the best time to sell. I take that back. It's a little bit better than the best time, and we're gonna get $28,000 about for selling this. So we're gonna get that hooked up to. I think we'll use the truck because I don't think we want to use the tractor. But let's go ahead and get this side opened up so we can back in here. We'll find this sales location and get that sold, and then hopefully. I mean, we're going to have to get real busy in March getting these fields prepped. I was really hoping for a little bit more to be able to do today, but this weather just stuck around. You can see it's already late in the afternoon. So we'll get this going and rejoin with you in a few. And I'm silly. We can't use the truck. It's not compatible. Let's get the tractor. I don't know if the roads were even plowed today. Now, I'm confused because we were able to pull this fine over here. And now it's struggling because did silage add that much extra weight to this? Or is it just the snow? It's got to be the snow, right? So the road conditions, they're going to be interesting. See if we can get over there. This has been challenging so far. Well, change of tactic. The tractor was struggling a little bit. We were able to load them into our trailer, so we'll be able to handle this rough terrain out here. You can see our drive wasn't plowed, but the main road seems to be okay. Might be a little slippery. We'll take our time, but we'll get over there. We'll see how much money. It should be 28,000, but price might have changed with how long it's taken us to get over there. All right, looks like it's just around this turn here. All right, let's try to sneak our way over and try to get these sold. 28,000 and a loss on environmental score penalty. We'll have to keep that in mind. So we did lose a little bit of money because of some of the laws in town about the way you have to manage your farm, and we'll get into that a little bit later once we start prepping these fields and show you what we mean by that. So we got a little cash in hand. We need to buy a planter as well as think about saving money for a harvester if we're gonna plant some crops this year. But that means we should be able to get that grass field converted into a lot better quality grass as we plow it over and fertilize it potentially. A spreader would be nice as well. A couple things to think about. All right, more snow. My goodness. Nothing but rain every single month. This is a disastrous start. We're not going to be able to prep these fields in time. Well, it's not all lost. Hopefully April will come around and it'll clear up, but this is rough and it's thick. Look how thick this is. This field I was hoping to get prepped and really turn into, you know, we made 28,000. I'm hoping to get it to where it yields so much better that we can get up to like 40,000 twice a year. So that'd be 80,000 a year of income here, as well as probably this plot of land. I'm thinking about doing the same thing with, and we'll cut it first once, but I really want to maximize this for them. And gosh, we need to get this plowed over. So we'll hang out. We'll see if the afternoon looks any better, but looking at the forecast, it's not looking good. And that's just lost revenue, lost time. That could potentially turn it into only a one harvest year for the hay or for the silage. And gosh, I gotta look at the seasonal map for this area to see what time. I think we want to do beans in both of these. So figure out the latest we can plant that. Hopefully we can pull this off. So just taking a quick look at the calendar, it looks like we have till May is when it'd be the best time to plant beans. So we got some time to get these taken care of. Yeah, lost time though. Let's take a rest. We'll hang out with the family and see what happens this afternoon. Taking a look out here, it's not looking any better. Oh man. And these bills are really gonna eat at our money. This has proven to be a lot harder, even though I thought it was gonna be somewhat of a piece of cake. Look at This trash can's almost gone. I guess I'll see you in April. Well, it's sunny, and we're hoping in a few days' time here in April, some of this snow melts enough to get to work. This is disastrous. Unbelievable. Well, it's a nice April afternoon, and we're finally able to start plowing here. And we're gonna try to do our best to get this completely seeded so it can start growing as soon as possible. Yeah, I'm hoping to just kind of do a straight line here and cut through, and hopefully this works. But what we're gonna have to do is get this all plowed up, and then we're gonna have to take some samples of the soil, and that'll tell us what type of treatment is needed here. Hopefully not much. Hopefully we can get away with not needing a spreader yet. We will need something for fertilization, but yeah, I think, gosh, maybe we do have to buy a spreader. We'll have to look, see if we can find anything used. We'll look around town, but let's get this plowed. Well, nothing like a freshly plowed field, and let's hop out here and take a look. Looking real nice. Real nice. Not too many stones, which I'm pretty impressed with this land. Got that little power line here that's kind of messing up the field, the vibe a little bit, but I don't think that'll be too much of a problem. I think, yeah, gosh. Do we spend the time now to cut this? Gosh, decisions to make. This is where if we had 2 tractors, it would be ideal. I'd get Bill out here helping with some of the work, but gosh. All right, let's we need to get our soil sample machine out that we brought with us. It should be over in the barn. I had it delivered over the winter. So we'll get that over here and we'll get that hooked up, and we'll show you what we're talking about with this environmental score discount or loss that we just had. So what the county has in place is an environmental score that takes into account, it gives you bonuses, and if you are growing your crops in an environmentally friendly way and sustainable way, and it gives you negatives if you aren't. So what this is going to do is it's going to tell us, we'll get some samples, we'll send it to a lab, and that's going to tell us what type of soil we have in these fields, and determined based on the soil type, we can then limit the amount of fertilizer and lime and seeds. Not necessarily seeds. Seeds is based off a crop type, but soil type will be for the amount of fertilizer, lime, and we'll get, you know, a better environmental score for treating our crops with ways that save fuel. Like burning diesel is not good for the environment, so you get a negative score on that. So we'll keep that all in mind right now, the score of the farm. Opening up our tablet that shows that, and it shows the area here. We can see we have a 50, which is, you know, basically zeros everywhere. Some tillage we just worked on, and we'll get the soil samples, and that'll start getting our score up. You know, and they update the scores periodically. And as the scores get updated, we'll start making a bonus instead of losing money like we did last time. So we'll get lined up here and get this all hooked up. And we'll head out to the field we're going to work on first. And we really want to limit the spending. So we're going to start taking samples with the Scout here. Go ahead and do that. And what the plan is to meet the needs or the requirements of the county for making environment-friendly crops. If we don't have these samples, we don't know how to limit that, so we're just going to be, you know, wasting material, potentially causing the score to be negative. Then we'll send that in and we'll see the results. We'll do the other fields later. I want to get a little bit more cash in before we do that. So we'll go in, we'll put this away for now, and those will come in eventually. We'll get them sent out. There is a local lab that will take care of that for us. But we're going to look at the used market, see if we can find a planter and a spreader that fits in our budget. And we'll keep in mind that we got to make some money. And over here, this field's not as large as the one we just cut. So maybe we can get 10 grand out of this is how I kind of want to budget it. Yeah, we're going to have to cut all of this. We're going to have to do it all. Maybe in May while we're getting all this other stuff going, but we'll see. Yeah, let me look at the used market. See what we can find around town. All right, we just got our delivery from the store. And you can see we have this Massey Ferguson spreader here that I'm hoping will be good for now. And the Case International, this is a seeder. So this will work for the crop types that we're going to be doing here. Once we get into corn, we'll have to get a planter, but that should be good. So let me check to see if the soil samples came back yet. They did, and we have the worst case scenario for this family. We have clay up here, and you can see our score just decreased to 36 because these fields haven't been treated at all. So we'll have to keep in mind that we'll want to get samples out here. You can see our sample score is at 4.1. Weed control's looking decent. pH is looking not bad, actually. So let's we can go look at that on another screen on this tablet. And yeah, that's looking pretty decent. So we did get them to give us a little bit of lime to start with that purchase. So let's get this Sarah Pro put away, and we'll get hooked up to the spreader, and we'll get lime on that field. And then we still are going to have a delivery of seed and fertilizer. Well, you know, let me check with them. I think they might have delivered that as well in the plant or in the seeder, because we did talk them into helping out a little bit with this family. So we got a good deal with that. Get this hooked up and get going. Yeah, they did. I did check with them. They did give us the seed and fertilizer as well. You can see we do have some lime in here. We might have to purchase some more. We'll see if this does the trick here. And this spreader should be, yeah, this spreader's pretty impressive. And you can see on my little indicator on the bottom how it's turning it green. That means we're looking good. And let's see the width here. We'll get over as far as we can. Oh, right there. Oh, we're missing the edge. We're missing the edge, but that's okay. So this should be plenty of lime. And we'll drive all the way into these bushes. There we go. Shut it off for a second. You just have to finish it up. You should easily be able to get some seed into the ground for this grass field today. All right, all done with that. So we'll get this put away and get connected to the seeder and get some grass in the ground. Very excited for the Williams family here. A little heavier implement. We'll see how this tractor handles it, but it seems to be pulling it okay. Topping out at 8 miles an hour, which will be okay. Yep, there it goes. You can see it lowered, and yeah, and just drive, really. Yeah, and that's looking good. You know, we got seed in the ground. We can hop out here and take a look. Beautiful. Now we're just wasting time, burning time, so let's get going. Yeah, looking at the chart here, we're not using too much nitrogen, which is real good. So that should save us, and we should instantly start seeing our score improve. We do have the other two fields that are going to cause the score to not increase as much as we would like to, but it'll be May. Once it's May, we get those fields planted. We're going to do beans in both of them. No reason to mix it up with multiple crop types yet, as the Williams family's learning, but that's definitely the plan. So the way we'll know that we're successful or not is going to be by how many bales we get when we harvest this the first time. And the goal obviously is better than 10. So if we only get 10 bales, then we wasted money for the Williams family. We'll have to keep that in mind, you know, and see, you know, we mentioned earlier, we want to try to get 40,000 per harvest out of this grass field. So that'll definitely be the goal there, but we'll also have the field to our right to attempt to do that on as well to increase even more. And 80,000 a year, even without the other crops, is a decent start for them. But we still got other things to purchase to get them really efficient, so we got to keep that in mind as well. Just getting started with the Williams family. And that should do it for this first field. Feels like we accomplished something after that crazy winter here. We'll go get the mower, and I'm going to get prepped to get the rest of this grass cut. Man. Might want to look into an upgrade for them on that, but we need to get some money though. So we got about 2 months worth of bills in our money. So getting some more silage prepped and going is definitely what this family's going to need. Oh, and like I said earlier, we're going to try to get as much of this grass as possible for them just to really, you know, take care of them and get a good start. I don't know. I'll try to figure out if we're just going to let this area grow naturally. I think that might be the plan and just cut it for extra money when the time comes. But that's where I'm going to leave you this episode. We're going to keep going with the Williams family, keep making progress, and hopefully in a few months' time, we're chipping away at that debt and not just barely getting by. I'm Socksway Up. I will catch you on the next episode.